Hey there girls, it's Jenny with Planner Perfect, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how do you plan during this coronavirus and how to plan in uncertain times. Hey, stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. My name's Jenny Penton, founder of Planner Perfect, and I teach women how to write a better story for their lives. And today's video, we're going to be talking about planning. What do you do when you're, home, quarantined to your home, can't leave much, everything's closed, nothing to do? Well, listen, as a homeschooling mom of 8, I've got 5 at home right now, grandbaby. My daughter is still working, so I do still have him. And you know what? Guess what? There is still plenty to plan. You know why? Because there's still lots to do. There is still lots to do. Now, if you are, your kids are all home right now, I'm sure, or you're just in a season where, maybe you don't even have kids at home. But let me just tell you of the different things that you should be planning for. First off, this is a really great time for reflection. It's a really great time for journaling and writing down things that are wanted rather than what's not wanted. I want to encourage you to focus on the good and not the bad. I want to encourage you to not be writing down all the dramas and the sicknesses and what's happening in the government and going on and on and on and on and on about it. There is nothing wrong with writing statements of what is happening currently, but there is more damage to be done when we take what's going on and all we do is just absorb it and 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 talk about it and journal it and talk about it and journal it. The more we focus on something, the more we're going to see of it. The more we consume, the more it's going to consume us. So we're going to want to stay true to the promise, and that is to focus on a good report. So if we want to make change, what we need to do is by individually imagining and praying for things to be done and over with and absolved. When we can do that collectively, we're making huge change, and we're making huge change in our own worlds when we do it individually. So that's just an important factor and a part of when you are journaling. I know for me, from everything that's going on to more things to come and things that we're going to be doing, and Easter's coming up and things that you want to just really plan for. And even though things may seem uncertain, isn't that really just how God runs anyway? Is that everything is uncertain and that we're going on faith, that we're stepping out unto the unknown? This really is no different. And so we're going to just be planning and dreaming and moving forward as though everything is A-okay. And when I plan my life, I am a homebody a lot of the times anyway. I know sometimes me and my kids can really just be, we can't have those fun times. We're like museuming it and bowling alleys and libraries and, all these different things. And then, as of late, just with winter and all that, you're kind of like cooped up and you're indoors anyways. Well, I love to plan fun little things within the inside. I am constantly thinking of fun things to do and what I can do. There are number one, baking. Can we get an amen for baking and cooking and things like that? Get organized in your kitchen, deep clean your pantries, get your spring cleaning game on. So that when this whole thing is all said and done, you're like squeaky clean and ready for planting flowers. Plan your garden. Plan your flowers that you're going to plant. I know Mother's Day in particular for me is when I always get my flowers to plant in a pot. And so I love to get my front porch and their pots and in the back and get everything ready and getting out, do I need anything new to adorn for the cushions of the seating outside, and drawing a map. I like to draw the map of what my plants and what I want to buy. I want to get it, because that can get overwhelming at the store. Like, what plants do I want to buy? And just dreaming that up in maybe a May goals or in a journal. How fun is that? To be writing down all the flowers that you want to get. How about even knitting or crocheting? How about doing, what's really great is online communities like this, and just really staying connected, and hosting, baking parties. Maybe we need to do that. I don't know. I'm really into like sourdough now, creating a starter, creating really wonderful breads to bake and freeze for my family, eating really healthy, creating recipes, updating my blog. Obviously I own a planner and journal business, and so I'm painting as well and doing what I need to take care of for designing and my business. And so, I just encourage you to be really dreaming and thinking of things that you want to do. There is plenty to do at home. This should not be stopping you. I mean, organize your dresser drawers and make them absolutely beautiful, so that when you open up your drawer and you have your undies and your bras, that they are pristine condition, and that they're not holed up and gross and old, that they're beautiful. Get online and pick up yourself a couple more. Just get everything beautifully aligned. Get all the old out and get it only the fresh can stay. Get the bed linens refreshed and swapped out for fresh sheets for spring. If you haven't done that already. It's those kind of things that can really keep us busy and having a good time. This is a good time for puzzles. This is with children. It's a good time for baking with children. It's a good time to make slime. It's a good time to make Play-Doh. It's a great time to snuggle and kiss on the floor with your babies. It's also a really fun time to play board games and to learn how to read, and there's so much to do. And when I know for me, when I'm home and all of that, to be able to plan fun movies, to be able to plan and create a snack that's just going to be so over the top and so fun to have during a movie time for family, or creating something new that I've never baked before. All of those things take what could be seen as stressed, uncertainty, oh no, we can't go out and do our normal activities, to I am having a beautiful time. I know that everything's going to be fine. You're journaling the end. You know that things are going to be working out just fine. And the more that you focus on the good, that's what's going to be drawn out, especially in your world. You're going to see more of the good. You're going to see when you do run out, you got to run out and get some things at the store, it'll be stocked like it was just for you. I find that with me, like everyone tells me that they have nothing, but my store tends to get just perfectly restocked by the time I get in there. And it's one of those times where when you're home, don't stop the planning. You don't need to stop to plan. You don't need to not plan anything. There's so much more and so much you can do even when you're home. And the good thing is that some of the stores, Amazon, they're still sending things. And so if you need to pick up some fun things to do with the kids, do science experiments, there's just lots of things you can do. And don't forget, there's books to read for yourself for self-improvement. Maybe you can begin an exercise program at home, like everyone's doing that was working out at a gym is now doing it at home. Maybe now is the time for you to begin and get going. This could be something where you take something that could be taken really negative and you turn it into a complete positive, and you get done more than you ever thought possible in your life. And especially if you're home and you have time now to really kind of deep clean. It's like you're deep cleaning the soul and you're deep cleaning your home, and everything's fresh, and you're bonding with your family more, and you're just putting priorities back in place. It's a reset. You're pushing the reset button. So girls, this is no time to slow down. This is a time not slow down, but this is no time not to plan. I find that this is the time to really get in there and begin to dream about what this now means for you during this small season of just being more home with everyone. What can you do? What can you do as a family? What can you do to keep your mind going and functioning well, and like you've got a purpose and goals to achieve when you're home? And that really puts a big pep in my step. I know that for sure. If I know I've got a goal in mind, an objective, statements of intention, it's just exciting. It's like, wow, guess what? I'm gonna bake this new bread recipe today, and wow, my family, freeze it. You're organized. Maybe you're gonna start a blog. I mean, all these things you can start up and do. So plan and map out a life that you love and write a better story. Even in times that may seem uncertain, this is exactly the time to do it. Until next time we're together, you guys. Bye-bye.